For ACUsports.com, I'm Grant Boone. We're talking a little ACU Wildcat volleyball as the season is upon us. We've got sophomore from Georgetown, Jenny Loerch, and the coach, Kellen Mock. So let's start with J-Lo here. Jenny, that nickname I tried to get going last year didn't really take, as most things I try don't. Yeah. But let's talk about something that did take, and that is a lot of really good freshmen last year pressed into duty because of either injury or other players who had moved on. Now those freshmen like you have a chance as sophomores to really be leaders of this team. So tell me what you've seen from the spring and now in kind of fall camp getting ready. How are those sophomores taking leadership roles?
I feel like last year as freshmen it was kind of hard. Even though we were all on the court, like it's hard to step in as a leader being like a freshman with the upperclassmen. But this year, like, we've established ourselves. So like I feel like we each have our own like big presence on the court, like as vocal leaders and like physical leaders. So
last year, because of the injury to Neely, you didn't have the chance to play with her. Now in the spring and especially here in fall camp getting ready, you've had a chance. Mm-hmm. What difference does she make being on the floor?
Oh my gosh, I love playing with Neely because she is like, her personality isn't like, yeah, like she's just like intense, like let's do it. But I love playing with Neely. She's awesome.
How does she change things? I mean, she's in the middle, you're on the outside. How does she change things? Let's say put yourself in the shoes of the opposing team.
Mm-hmm. Well, like defensively for us, her block is just so good, and she's so disciplined. She like gets out to pin like really quick and like has a solid block, so it's really good. Other teams should be scared of Neely.
Now we got to get her a nickname. Nebo, something, whatever. There's a need. Oh, yeah. There. That's true. So we'll work on that. All right. So let's talk to your coach here. Coach, the season starts Friday. You guys have a date in Arlington with UTA, and then you get to stay in Arlington to play a couple of matches. So tell me about just looking at the schedule, even more than just the specific teams, the chance to play back to back to back.
Yeah, well, that's something we're used to. At Division II, we would play 4-game tournaments pretty regularly. So it's great to play back-to-back, especially back-to-back days, because we get to work out a lot of kinks early on in the season. You know, hopefully we come away with 3 wins. But regardless, we're going to learn a lot about who we are as a team, things that we can take into practice next week and fix and make sure that we're better. Because when we get to the Southland Conference, we want to be rolling. Yeah,
and that won't come for another few weeks. But let's talk about what we discussed with Jenny a second ago, the idea of those freshmen who played a lot of minutes, important minutes, right. Big moments. And there were some huge moments last year, the sweep of West Texas A&M. So now what do you need to see from them on and off the floor?
Yeah, well, Jenny and Madison Hoover, we call her Hoover, they're 2 of our bigger vocal leaders on the team. So it's nice having both of them on the floor, and they play so well together in the back row. And then we've really counted upon Jenny to be one of our leaders in the front row as well. So those 2 have really stepped into that role nicely. I've been impressed with Goose. Sarah Siemens, our setter. She's grown a lot. I mean, she's really matured as a setter. She's really matured being a little bit more offensive. She did a great job of delivering the ball last year, but this year I think she's kind of grown into the fact that she's a 6'1" setter. And that means she can attack and she can block, she can play defense, not just set the ball. So I'm really pleased with how far she's come. And then Corey is a great middle, but Corey's being asked to do double duty for us this year, playing 2 different positions, and she really can be one of the biggest offensive threats of our team, and she can play in a couple of different places, and so that's really helping us a lot as we get ready for the first few matches.
All right, the first few matches in the D1 era, they begin on Friday in Arlington. For Coach Kellen Mock and for J-Lo, Jennifer Loerch, I'm Grant Boone for ACUsports.com.